Have you ever wondered who has been the richest person in all of history? Today, we will tell you, because the person who occupies first place has been on the throne of the richest for 700 years. Number 10. Bill Gates is an American businessman born in Seattle, Washington in 1955, co-founder of Microsoft Corporation, the largest software company in the world. His fortune is estimated at approximately $128 billion, making him one of the richest men in the world. From a young age, Gates showed a great interest in technology and programming. In the 1970s, while studying at Harvard University, Gates and his friend Paul Allen began developing software for personal computers. In 1975, they founded Microsoft and began developing and selling software for personal computers, including the MS-2 operating system and the word processor. Microsoft's success was largely due to Gates's ability to see the potential of personal computer software. The company expanded rapidly and became a leader in the software industry, launching products such as Windows, Office, and Internet Explorer. In 2000, Gates left his position as CEO of Microsoft to pursue his philanthropic work through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The foundation has invested billions of dollars in global health, education, and economic development projects around the world. Number 9. Jeff Bezos is an American businessman born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in 1964. He is the founder and CEO of Amazon.com, one of the largest and most successful e-commerce companies in the world. At his peak, his fortune was estimated at about $177 billion, making him one of the richest people in the world. Bezos graduated from Princeton University in 1986 with a bachelor's degree in computer science and electrical sciences. He began his career working at several technology companies on Wall Street, including Fattel, Bankers Trust, and D.E. Shaw & Company. In 1994, Bezos left his job at D.E. Shaw & Co. to found Amazon.com in Seattle, Washington. In the company's early days, Bezos worked in a small warehouse in Seattle, packaging and shipping books himself. The company quickly became a success, selling a wide variety of products online. In 1997, Amazon.com went public with an initial public offering, IPO, of $18 per share. The IPO was a huge success, and the company's valuation skyrocketed, making Bezos an instant billionaire. In the following years, Bezos expanded Amazon.com into new markets and products, including the sale of electronics, toys, clothing, and food. In addition to Amazon.com, Bezos has been a major investor in other technology companies and has founded several companies of his own creation. In 2000, he founded Blue Origin, a commercial space travel company, with the goal of making space travel more accessible to everyday people. Number 8. Henry Ford was an American businessman born in Dearborn, Michigan in 1863, and founder of the Ford Motor Company. He is known for having revolutionized the automotive industry with the mass production of automobiles and for being one of the pioneers in introducing the assembly line into industrial production. His fortune is estimated to have amounted to about $199 billion in today's terms. Ford began his career as a mechanic and learned to repair steam and gasoline engines at a company in Detroit. In 1891, he became chief engineer of the Detroit Edison Company and began experimenting with gasoline engines in his spare time. In 1896, Ford built his first automobile, the quadricycle, and founded the Detroit Automobile Company in 1899. However, the company was not successful and was dissolved in 1901. In 1903, Ford founded the Ford Motor Company with a group of investors. In 1908, Ford introduced the Model T, an automobile that was revolutionary for its low cost, easy handling, and durability. Ford also introduced the assembly line into industrial production, allowing for faster, more efficient production of automobiles. As a result, the Model T became one of the most popular cars in the world. Ford was also an innovator in business philosophy, with a focus on efficiency and cost reduction. He was one of the first businessmen to pay his workers a fair wage and to reduce the working day to 8 hours a day. These policies allowed it to attract and retain the best workers in the auto industry. Number 7. Bernard Arnault is a French businessman born in Roubaix, France in 1949, who is the president and CEO of the luxury conglomerate LVMH, Moët Hennessy Louis Vuitton. His fortune is estimated at around $211 billion, making him one of the richest people in the world. Arnault studied at the École Polytechnique and the École de Hautes Études Commerciales in Paris before beginning his career in the family construction business. In 1984, he purchased the Christian Dior fashion house and began expanding his luxury empire, purchasing several brands such as Givenchy, Fendi and Bulgari. In 1987, Arnault acquired a majority stake in the Moët & Chandon champagne brand and merged the company with the fashion company he owned, Christian Dior, to create the luxury conglomerate LVMH. The company quickly became a leader in the fashion and luxury industry, with brands such as Louis Vuitton, Marc Jacobs and Celine. Arnault is known for his focus on quality and design, and has been the main architect behind LVMH's expansion strategy. The company has continued to expand into new markets and acquired several fashion and luxury brands, including jewelry brand Tiffany and Coco, in 2020. Number 6. Mir Osman Ali Khan was the last Nizam of Hyderabad and Berar in India and is known to be one of the richest men in history, with a fortune estimated at over $236 billion in current value at his peak. Born on April 6, 1886 at Purani Haveli, Hyderabad, Mir Osman Ali Khan became the 7th Nizam of Hyderabad in 1911. During his reign, which lasted more than 4 decades, he carried out important reforms in areas such as education, agriculture and infrastructure, which contributed to the development and modernization of the region. In addition to his role as ruler, Mir Osman Ali Khan was known for his immense wealth. Much of Mir Osman Ali Khan's wealth was derived from the production and export of diamonds and other minerals from his mines, as well as the collection of taxes from your state. He also had investments in companies around the world, including British Petroleum and Firestone Tire and Rubber Company. Despite his immense wealth, Mir Osman Ali Khan was also known for his generosity and philanthropy. In 1947, after India's independence, Hyderabad became part of the new nation, and Mir Osman Ali Khan was forced to accept the integration of his state into the Indian Union. However, he maintained much of his fortune and influence in the region until his death in 1967. Number 5. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov, also known as Tsar Nicholas II, was the last Tsar of Russia and one of the richest men of his time. While it is difficult to estimate his fortune in today's terms, it is believed to have peaked at $300 billion. Born in Tsarskoye Selo, near St. Petersburg, Russia, in 1868, Nicholas II was the eldest son of Tsar Alexander III. He ascended the throne in 1894 after his father's death and married Princess Alix of Hesse-Darmstadt, who adopted the name Alexandra Fyodorovna upon becoming Tsarina. During his reign, Nicholas II faced a series of crises and challenges, including the Russo-Japanese War of 1904 to 1905, the Revolution of 1905, and the First World War. As his government weakened, social and political tensions in Russia also grew, eventually leading to the February Revolution of 1917 and the fall of the imperial government. Nicholas II's fortune derived largely from his role as owner of vast tracts of land and property throughout the Russian Empire. In addition to his collection of jewelry and works of art, he also owned an impressive fleet of cars, boats, and airplanes. Some of the Romanov family jewels, including the famous Faberge Imperial Easter egg, are among the most expensive pieces of jewelry in the world. In 1917, the revolution led to his overthrow and subsequent execution in 1918 along with his family in Ekaterinburg. Since then, he has been the subject of myths and legends, and his death has been the subject of investigation and controversy. Number 4. Elon Musk is a South African-Canadian-American entrepreneur, inventor, and engineer born in 1971. He is the founder and CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, the Boring Company, and OpenAI. At its peak in 2021, his fortune was estimated at an incredible $320 billion. Musk began his business career in the 1990s, when he founded a software company called Zip2, which was sold for nearly $300 million in 1999. He then founded X.com, an online financial services company that became PayPal after a merger with Confinity. After PayPal, Musk focused on the aerospace industry and creating reusable rockets to make space travel more affordable and accessible. In 2002, he founded SpaceX with the goal of colonizing Mars and reducing the costs of access to space. In 2012, SpaceX became the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station. In the automotive field, Musk founded Tesla in 2003 with the intention of making affordable and environmentally friendly electric vehicles. The company has been a success in terms of sales and has transformed the automotive industry. Number 3. John D. Rockefeller was an American businessman who managed to build one of the largest fortunes in history. At his peak, his fortune was estimated at around $350 billion in current value. Rockefeller was born in 1839 to a modest family in New York and began working at a young age. At age 16, he landed his first job as an accounting assistant at a trading company, where he demonstrated outstanding math and business ability. In 1863, Rockefeller founded the Standard Oil Company, a company dedicated to the refining of oil and the production of kerosene, which at that time was the main source of lighting in American homes. The Standard Oil Company became a giant company, controlling about 90% of oil production and kerosene distribution in the country. Rockefeller's position as a leader of the oil industry also attracted criticism and government scrutiny. In 1911, the United States Supreme Court ordered the dissolution of the Standard Oil Company for violating antitrust laws. John D. Rockefeller died on May 23, 1937 at his home in Pocantico Hills, New York, at the age of 97. The cause of his death was a heart attack. Number 2. Andrew Carnegie was an American businessman and philanthropist who was born in Scotland in 1835 and died in 1919. Throughout his life, he accumulated a great fortune and became one of the richest men of his time. It is estimated that his fortune at its peak reached $372 billion in current value. Carnegie was born into a humble family and immigrated to the United States with his parents when he was young. At age 13, he began working in a textile factory in Pittsburgh, where he stood out for his ability to learn and his work ethic. Over time, he rose through the company hierarchy and began investing in real estate businesses and the railroad industry. In 1870, Carnegie founded the Carnegie Steel Company, which became one of the largest steel companies in the world. Carnegie applied innovative techniques to improve his company's efficiency and production, allowing him to reduce costs and increase profits. Over time, Carnegie's fortune grew to become one of the largest in the world. However, in later life, he began to dedicate much of his time and money to philanthropy, donating much of his fortune to build public libraries across the country. In addition to his work in the steel industry and philanthropy, Carnegie also authored several books on business and corporate leadership, and his thinking has been cited as a major influence on modern business management. Number 1. Mansa Musa I, also known as Musa Keita I, was the king of the Mali Empire, one of the richest and most powerful empires in African history. He was born in the year 1280 in Niani, a small town in the interior of Mali. Mansa Musa first inherited the throne from his predecessor, Abu Bakr II, in the year 1312, and quickly set about expanding and consolidating his empire. During his reign, Mali became a center of commerce and culture, and Musa was first a great promoter of education and the arts. But what made Mansa Musa first truly famous was his wealth. Mali was a major gold producer, and Musa controlled most of the empire's mines. According to historical accounts, Musa was so rich that when he made a pilgrimage to Mecca in the year 1324, he took with him a caravan of more than 60,000 men and 80 camels, all of them loaded with gold and other precious goods. During his journey, Mansa Musa first distributed his wealth throughout the cities he visited, giving away gold and building mosques and other buildings. It is said that his generosity and opulence were so great that, while passing through Cairo, the city was plunged into an economic crisis for several years. As for his fortune, it is difficult to calculate an exact figure, but according to some experts, at his peak, Mansa Musa's wealth could first have reached $400 billion in today's value. This figure would place him as the richest man of all time, surpassing today's great billionaires such as Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Bill Gates. Mansa Musa first died in the year 1337, leaving behind a powerful empire and a legend that has survived to this day. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, so we can bring you more of history's finest tops from around the world.